Hi friends, welcome back to part two and the very final part of um, of the Shadow Work Journal by Zachary Phillips. Okay, once again, I'm not being paid for this. It is a free resource available on the internet, and we are only using free resources to explore shadow work journals on Farm Productions podcast. Our tension and release series, which is completely based on examining the self in order to live a more tolerable life within our foundational phase of maintaining our finances, faith, family, friends, and um, having forbearance throughout it. And in order to maintain that forbearance and faith, and have successful finances, successful families, successful friendship structures, we have to know oneself. And the only way to know oneself is to stop blaming others for what's happening in our own lives, right? We have to take back control, take back the power, and take back your agency. So, this is truly a body of work directed to a deep, deep understanding of oneself, and it is very, very uncomfortable to face the truth about yourself. This is why we are doing shadow work journals on the tension and release video series. So, on part one, I just revised a little bit about what Zachary Phillips's workbook is. And now for part two, we're just going to very quickly go through the 6 activities, how to do it. I'm going to read out the benefits, and then, of course, also I have a note on the shadow work being produced. So in this particular activity book, we've got 6 activities. The first one is called The World According to Your Shadow, right? The next, and this one provides benefits and insights into your immediate subconscious. The next activity is called Lyrics of the Past. Then we have A Mirror's Gaze. We have I Am statements. We have How You Spend Your Day. So there's a bit of, auditing. And then there is The Body Keeps the Score. Starting with the first activity. I remember doing the first activity in a laundromat and thinking, oh gosh, how I wish I was at home doing this, and I should have maybe paid attention to the rules. But nevertheless, I thought it was a very, very strong activity. It's a bunch of statements about the world, right? And you just, again, it's just free writing, and the statements are essentially write your initial response to each of the following statements. I'll read a few of them. The world is a what place? You write whatever place you think. My job is X. My life is X. Humanity is X. Strangers are X. I have no X. I am a X person. My mom is an X person. My dad is an X person. My brothers and sisters are an X person. I deserve X from this life. I wish that X. So wherever I said X, you just fill in the blanks. And that is essentially what this exercise is. It comes across as something like the statements themselves are incredibly simple, and you just free write. So you respond to the statements as quickly as you can, unconsciously. Don't think about it, just free write. Afterwards, you read over your responses, noting anything that surprises you or shocks you. Reflect on the responses if they are logical, rooted in past experience, and address beliefs that are no longer serving you. So, whatever you've written, challenge what you've written. Look at where those beliefs are based in, where it's coming from, and whether it still holds true, right? The benefit of this exercise, it provides insight into your immediate subconscious responses that may be subtly tainting your lived experience. It offers a glimpse into your default nature, and it helps you become aware of it for healing. A shadow wound address, repressed or subconscious responses, and the way they impact current behavior, often causing vicious cycles to reoccur. Okay? So it's kind of like the first exercise in just getting us to break pattern, okay? Or not even break pattern at this stage. We're still just recognizing. The second one, which I really enjoyed, is called Lyrics of the Past, where you recall an emotionally significant song from your youth. You listen to it a few times and you take note of feelings, memories, thoughts that are evoked, right? Then identify the younger version of yourself and speak to that version of yourself. What did you need to hear? Offer your past self in your present all the love and all the care and all the understanding, right? This activity is beneficial because it helps you to connect with aspects of yourself that you may have lost, forgotten, or repressed. Once again, just gently helping you pull out what's in that shadow, okay? Helping you access the shadow. Because we're not all the way there yet, right? We're just walking into the dark room. We got to find the lights. We still have to feel our way around it. And what this exercise does is if you have any unresolved hang-ups, cognitions, or feelings from the past. The mirror's gaze. Oh, this is a difficult one. You sit in front of the mirror, look into your eyes for about 5 minutes, make note of your self internal dialogue, then repeat the exercise. But imagine the eyes belong to a past self from a challenging time and offer them unconditional support. So instead of seeing yourself now, you see yourself at a difficult time. And the reason why this is beneficial in offering yourself the support now is that the first part, when you become aware of your current self perceptions by amplifying your internal dialogue, you get to hear that, right? You get to hear the exaggerated negativity toward yourself, right? Then the second part is the part of us, it's like designed to open that aspect of our past that needs to be seen, accepted, and loved throughout all of these healing emotions. So the wound it's addressing is past emotional wounds, self-judgment, and a lack of self-acceptance. This is a really difficult one. Please have your supports ready. Then we have I am, where you essentially get to write about 10 I am statements without overthinking. I'm not going to go through all of it, but again, you're just analyzing um, what you're doing first, okay? And then because you just write them down, whatever it is, negative, positive, you just don't overthink it, write it. You analyze it later. And whatever contradictions you have, right? Just make a note of themselves or whatever recurring themes, whatever patterns you're picking up, but challenge it because this activity revolves your perception of yourself by giving you a snapshot into the identity in a specific moment in time. It highlights any inner conflict, contradictions, or hidden beliefs that you hold about yourself, which is the shadow in plain view. Finally, we have internal contradictions and hidden beliefs about yourselves is being highlighted. So again, we're getting to bring it to the front. We create awareness around it, and then we gently challenge it. And our challenge isn't coming down like an author, authoritarian, right? Our challenge is coming down more like a mentor would guide you, an elder would take care of you. Okay, now number 5. How did you spend your day? Oh, a difficult one for. Oh my God, this was the audit from hell. Really, how did you spend your day? Very sad. 6 hours scrolling, 2 hours crying, 2 hours walking. That was the day. Write down how you spent your time the previous day in 15-minute increments. So what I recognized with this, I had to do it a few times, is that it's not just in 15-minute increments, because no one can actually do that unless you're recording yourself at every 15 minutes. just to see what you're doing. But you can also take note of it every couple of hours. Okay, but anyways, afterward, review the log and reflect on what your actions say about your values, beliefs, and your inner state. All right, so we're going to reflect. So you look at your actions. What do they say about what you value, what your beliefs are, and what your inner state is? Okay, are you just bed rotting? Are you not showing up for yourself? Are you not respecting your body by bathing and getting dressed and caring for it, whatever it is, right? If you can't have a shower, if the minimum you can do is some makeup and decent clothes, do that, okay? But don't forget to change the underwear. Important one. Anyways, what this activity does is that it truly exposes the gap between what you believe you value and how you actually spend your time. So if I tell you I value working hard, but I'm not actually working hard, I'm spending, then there's a disconnect, right? So if there is a discrepancy, this exercise really highlights it, and you have an opportunity to address it. You have an opportunity to address what's at the root of that unconscious at the root of that belief controlling your actions. Right? Remember, it's unconscious. It's in the back of your brain. We got to bring it to the front and figure it out. Why am I spending my day bed rotting? Is it because I am so afraid to get things wrong that I'd rather stay in the room where I know I'm safe away from any kind of challenge at all? Because I have no more, what would the word be? Confidence to, to love life, whether in any condition. Those are the kind of beliefs we have to challenge here. I told you the how you spend your day audit was really difficult, and I hope you are all following this journal with me. It's an amazing journal. It's a great online resource. Along with these episodes, there are going to be additional online shadow journals. I'm going to leave it here for you to use however you want. Just before I get to the very last activity, I want to kind of finish this particular video at about the 15 to 17-minute mark. So let's get through it. Very final one, and maybe my favorite out of all of them, which is the body keeps the score. Wow, this is such a powerful exercise, and I recommend. I feel like even instead of starting off at 1, maybe even start at 6, because we experience the world from the inside out. We don't experience it from the outside in. So I would definitely start with the body keeps the score. But let me tell you what it is. For this exercise, you find a quiet place, you sit down or lie down comfortably, and you just focus on your breathing. Body scan, mental clarity, right? Mentally moving from your head to your toes. Note the sensations, tensions, the memories that arise. And after that, just gently you reflect on like what you found, and then you explore the connections between the physical sensation and the emotional or psychological state behind it, right? So my shoulders are a bit hunched today, okay, because I'm feeling the world is heavy on me. I'm feeling the weight, okay. I'm a little bit more closed in today, okay, and my chest is feeling tight. What's that feeling? Is that like is that heartbreak? Is that worry? Like what is it? Okay. But the reason why this exercise works so well is because the body does store your trauma and emotions, and it stores things that your mind is completely forgotten. The body, based on how these memories are stored in your body, it can change your genetic makeup forever and a day. But please do not get dragged into all of the negativity, because For as much as the body can change for the negative, the body can change for the positive. So if you generally believe, like I have a belief that we can fix our own bodies and we don't need help, really. It's just about getting in touch with those senses within ourselves. Anyways, so as I said, the body like maintains this. And once you pay attention to your body and you recognize the different states attached to your physical space, right? The practice really helps you to assess the subconscious and bring awareness to those physical and emotional wounds that are still healing. And the wounds that are being addressed here is unprocessed physical or emotional trauma, tensions, and emotions stored in the body. And that was the Zach Phillips Shadow Work Journal. Again, I am not being paid by him. We are just using this because it's a free resource on the internet. And along with all of the other resources in the show notes below, I truly, truly encourage you to continue this work on your own. But for now, on the solo podcast, this is your host, Z, for Zarfunk Productions. I really hope that you enjoyed going through the Shadow Work Journal with me. I think it is important that we know that the parts that we hide and suppress and where we feel the most amount of shame and guilt and the gnarliness that we don't want to show to the world is also still a part of us. And yes, we don't have to show it to the world. That's our private space. Our private space is where we get to really, really process these emotions and psycho states, but where we get to practice it and where we really get to see the fruit of our effort is in our financial state, in our state with our relationships, in our family, in how we could build community with our friends and our professional, in our professional space. And if you don't work, if you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, even in that space, like how do we keep on showing up for each other again and again and again? But before we get to show up for each other, you have to show up for yourself over and over and over and again and again and again. Those are really very powerful words. I am Z. This is our Fun Production podcast. Thank you all for if you've made it this long into part 2 of the Shadow Work Journal exploration for the Tension and Release project. I want to thank you very, very much. I look forward to your feedback. I look forward to you subscribing. Please subscribe, like, share with friends. Let's start a conversation around radical accountability. We are still on the shady shade-ish. Be you, be brave, be shady.